Welcome one and all, I'm Decoy, and today I'm going to teach you how to climb the giant satellite dish. It is super cool. Now, you're going to need a couple things. One, you're going to want marsupial. It's kind of a necessity. You don't need strange in numbers, but it can help you a little bit. But you need marsupial, and I highly suggest some acrobat armor. So right around there is where you spawn in if you fast travel. You want to aim for like the front left corner. The left corner closest to you when you spawn in. After that, you want to get your way up into this little spot, which was being a pain in my butt. From here, you got to jump out, up, and on top of the beam ahead of you. Then we're going to aim for the little corner right there. This can be done. That's some of the most tedious jumping that you're going to have to do during this entire thing. Now from here you want to get on top of this little cross beam going over. And now you want to get on the beam that's heading up. Now take it really slow because occasionally you'll hit some like little invisible barrier while you're walking. And if you were coming at it too fast, it will push you off and you're going to have to start over again. So key to victory, take it slow and you can do it. Now, as you continue your way up, eventually you will hit a solid spot, and it's kind of obvious where it's at. It's going to be right here. Now, from that point, you can actually marsupial your way on top. Just barely, unless you have strange in numbers, then you're definitely clearing it. Now, I left in a fail right here, so you would understand not to do this. Do not think that that one circular beam going across is solid. It is not. So, when you're up here, don't land on that. Instead, what we want to aim for is the beam just to the right of it that's going out. So aim for that. Boom. Now, it's kind of downhill from here. To some extent. Don't get me wrong, it's still a bit of a pain to do. Now, you want to work your way around this beam so that you continue going the same direction you were already heading, because we really want to be closer towards the middle of this entire thing. So head on to the next one. Now once we get up here, basically what we're going to do is we're going to keep zigzagging back and forth on our way up. And I hope you're not afraid of heights, because it will only get worse as you go. And again, yeah, you're probably going to want some acrobat armor, because a fall is not going to be your friend. Also, I haven't tried this with power armor. I should say that. I mean, maybe you can do it with power armor, but I don't know. I feel like it's too bulky, but what do I know? I don't normally rock power armor. It makes an excellent stepping stool, though. But, like I said, continue your zigzag back and forth. Take it slow. You're not in a hurry. Eventually, you will make it to a point where there's no zigzag thing, so you're just going to head straight back across. And we're getting close to where I consider it to be kind of like a little pit stop kind of area, where you just kind of stop and collect your nerves, because what comes after that is kind of intense. So eventually you'll zigzag your way as high up as you can possibly go, which is right here. And this is kind of my pit stop area. We just kind of chill out for a minute before you continue. You also get to take in the nice view from being up here. But from this spot, you got to jump up and on top of the beam kind of in front of me. Right there. And now you get a little bit of a breather right here before you continue if you want, but now we have to head up this thing. And it is really steep, but completely doable. I highly suggest moving really, really slow. Additionally, I wouldn't pay so much attention to what's coming up ahead of you as to what's going on where you're at. if you pay attention to the little dot in the middle of your screen and try to make sure you keep it relatively centered in the beam, you should be okay. But this area right here is probably the most nerve-wracking of the entire thing, at least for me, because that beam is so tiny and it is extremely steep. Just the tiniest little mistake and you're heading back to the ground and you got to start all over. But take it slow. This is a massive test of your patience. And now when I tried climbing the beam on the opposite side, off to the right, I did hit like an invisible spot on my way up. Now I didn't run into any issues here on the left side, which is awesome. But once you make it past the really narrow part, you make it right here, you're pretty much home free. Because there's the top right there. And it's just a really cool feeling to make it to the top of this. It's kind of like our Mount Everest. Not many people have climbed it. But hopefully you make your way up here, take some really cool photos. I mean, why not? It's a really cool spot to be. Now, I wish you the best of luck at climbing that. It's cool. Nothing else I can really say about it. If you don't know where this spot is, I'll go ahead and pull up the map. You can find it right out here, kind of in the middle of Savage Divide. But that's going to wrap this one up. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's a crazy ride. Have fun with it. As usual, please remember to like, sub, and share. Later.